There we go. I gotta keep this shit up so I can make sure if I see it or not. This is starting to geek. All right, yeah, it's green. All right, target hit, perfect. All right, now like I said, next target we have is 694.50. So if we go up there, yeah, you gotta let that shit go. But this was already the main target. We got the breakout, retest. Now we need continuation, right? It still can come all the way back down, so don't rush it, don't chase it. But if you already got in on the breakout, retest, you're good. Hopefully they just keep squeezing us. That'll be ideal. I'm trimming as we go as well. All right. Yeah, 30%. I'm gonna trim some more. I really just want this shit to just go, just straight up go. Yeah, we're right into that resistance. So this is where you gotta take profit at. Do not chase going into this. Do not do that. All right, there we go. Yeah, my fault. I was trying to call it out live, but yeah, we already caught the whole move. So by the time I got the stream set up, we already was green as hell. So now, yeah, we already caught the whole move. We already drew it out and everything. Um, let's check. Yeah, see, we already drew it out. Already got it. See, motherfucker, too accurate. Yeah, look at that. Bang, bang. Come on now. Really do this shit. On vacation, giving y'all straight bangers. So yeah, crack high day, like I said, crack high day. Let it keep running. We already got the breakout, retest, continuation, candle close over. So now we just need this 30-minute candle to follow through, right? If it doesn't, it'll just come back in here and then we'll probably close off just back in here. But yeah, I already caught the major breakout. You should be straight. Um, yeah, like I said, don't chase it going up into this resistance because this is super, super, super heavy resistance. But if they want to squeeze us like yesterday, that would be ideal. Go ahead and give us 695. Go ahead and say fuck you to all the bears. That's what I want. I want to say fuck you to all the bears. Everybody was telling me I was wrong for saying we was going up. Now look at us. Now look at us. Shit crazy as hell, man. But this is why I said you don't trade the news. You just trust. Like you can obviously the news will might be a catalyst, but don't just be in here chasing shit. If you want to get in, what are you looking for another entry? If you wanted to get in for another entry, um, I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't. I just wouldn't. I wouldn't. The only entry I would get in, like I said, is if we can squeeze. But if we do break the 694, right, and we hold, breakout, retest, continue right to 695, right, and then obviously you can let runners run if they want to go. But coming into this resistance, mind you, remember zoom out, right? Always zoom out, look left. This is weekly support resistance zone. So we go back some time. Oh, hold on. Yeah, here we go. See, this is where we are now. Look at that. So would you really want to go long into that? Probably not. Um, Make sure y'all liking the video too, like and subscribe so we can keep this shit going. But yeah, I wouldn't chase that long going into resistance. I would either just sit on the sidelines because that move was quick as hell. So I would just sit on the sidelines, or if you wanted to attempt some shorts, you could try that. But like I said, you still got to be careful doing that because even here, right? This one candle that I called, we got 40% on that one candle. Look at that. One candle. Smacked it, sold it, got back in the calls, right? So the shorts are just literally scalps. A couple minutes here or a couple candles here. Literally nothing here. Yeah, so we're just playing it level to level. But obviously, like I said, if we do crack this high day, then yeah, there's really nothing between us and 694.50 and 695. So if you are in, definitely leave a runner. I'm in the 694s. I'm sick, man. I had 691, 692s today. But, obviously we can't predict these kind of squeezes. We can only play the reaction to it. So that's why I'm not really tripping too much. But yeah, this right here was absolutely gorgeous. Breakout, retest, right? Look at that. Breakout, retest, continuation. So this one has 5 minutes. So in the next 5 minutes, as long as we close over 693.65, this was that major level where we took profit at, right? 693.65. So as long as we can just hold this right here, we should be good to just go ahead and keep pushing. Probably come up here, like I said, my main one is 694.50. That's where I'm probably gonna leave my last runner to. Um, yeah, but other than that, let me see where we're at right now. Yeah, we're up 22% left in our last runner. So I'll probably just leave this one. But yeah, 5 minutes to go. Yeah, definitely scary. Trying to chase up into this. But yeah, definitely wouldn't do it. Yeah, see, look, this is the trend line that I drew as well. So this is gonna be your this is where we took puts, right? We took puts on the breakdown, retest, took the puts here, got back above, calls, breakout, but we need that continuation. So if we don't, then we'll probably just fade back, or we'll just kind of continue to hug it, because it is pretty early still. So that's the main reason why I'm definitely probably just gonna leave a runner, even if we do get some sort of dip, right? As long as we hold within here, I'll probably still hold a runner just in case, because um, we're just ultra bullish. The shorts are getting fucking squeezed right now. So yeah, that's where we are. All right, we've been in this channel forever. Seems like. Hold on. Yeah, see upper resistance. Yeah, not really nothing, nothing left for us, right? We got that huge breakout retest, and then literally just going vertical, Lil Uzi Vert type shit. Where's my? I got so many charts in here. I'm like, where's my main one? Oh, there you go. All right, yeah. So this is how I was able to call the bottom 2 weeks ago, right? This is super easy play. It wasn't really much you had to really think about. All you had to do was buy calls and wait and hold them, right? So we got the initial that Trump wick where they gave it all back. This is all in the overnight stuff, right? So once we gapped up, got back into the channel, all you had to do was just buy your calls, buy them with time, and hold them, right? Because like I said, you always want to zoom out, look at higher time frames. You never want to just be focused on the smaller time frames or the 1 minute, 5 minute. Do not trade that shit. Don't. There's literally no point. Like I said, unless you're just a professional scalper and you play with $100,000, right? Then then I understand, being quick with it. But look, inverse, head and shoulder, boom, neckline, right? Neckline, inverse head and shoulder, breakout, retest, and then this was the overnight move that we got um with the peace treaty stuff, right? And then the same thing, like I said, even I said in the Sunday night video, I said, all right, this all could just be a breakout retest, even though we gapped down, right? By the time we opened, that shit is already closed, right? So you can't fight the trend, especially after this bullish move, right? You get one leg, you're most likely gonna get another leg, right? That's just how the market operates in waves and legs. So we got the breakout, the retest, continuation, and now we're just inside of this buying channel, right? So I'm not gonna be planning to short this anytime soon, until like I said, we lose the buying channel. If we start to lose a more aggressive buying channel, then like I said, the shorts will present itself, right? But you don't ever just want to be that one person who's in here like, oh well, I'm gonna buy puts just because we gotta go down. Like it's just that's not how the market works, unfortunately. But yeah, we're in the resistance zone. So if we do flip, it won't be resistance anymore, right? Because originally, remember what I said from yesterday's video, right? We have major resistance coming into this 690, into the 688, 690. We ate through it. Breakout, retest, breakout, retest again, breakout, retest again, breakout, retest again. So that's literally all we're doing. We're just breaking out, retest, breakout, retest. So where would your next entry be? Will be the retest after a breakout, right? And obviously, like I said, it's a lot more scarier as we get up to these huge, sell levels. But I mean, it is what it is. You got the breakout, retest, continuation. You got a flag, right? You have multiple reasons to take these trades. So anything can happen at any point. Something could Trump could say something, and we could just slice back down. But that's not really for us to anticipate, right? We're only anticipating what the charts are telling us. All the news and all that shit, that's all hearsay. Because clearly, we got bad news and the market is up $70, right, since then. So just relying simply on news or the flow or shit like that. Like every other day, they're telling us, "Oh, the flow came in super bearish." Okay, and what did that mean to us? Absolutely nothing, right? So I'm not really taking no trades based upon what somebody else possibly could say, right? I'm only taking trades based upon what these charts are telling me. Because at the end of the day, nobody knows what's gonna happen. There's not one person who knows 100% facts what's gonna happen. So there's no point to try to be that person, right? You just trade what you see, trade the charts, break out, retest, and then of course you always want to check your VIX. Your VIX is absolutely getting smoked in the last couple of days. Yeah, that shit's crazy. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. VIX just got smoked. But we are coming back into this trend line as well. So we should definitely get a bounce. So tomorrow, I actually hope tomorrow we do have an actual, finally a red day. All right, so we can get a little pullback entry, not so we can sell off or anything, but just so we can get that just so we can get some better entries. Because at the end of the day, what did I say in the Sunday video or the Saturday video, whatever video it was? I'm not bearish, right? I'm just not bearish. The market's gonna go up in these bull cycles, and just let it go up, right? It's easier that way for us to trade in a bull cycle. Yeah, it's just simple. I know it's been, usually they tell us elevator down, staircase up, but it's literally been the other way around. And then even see here, as long as, like I said, as long as we hold this, then we push back over this high day, you got this. Break out, retest, you get it on the retest. Because the retest here can still fail, remember, because we're at the resistance. So retests can still fail. You can still have a bullish setup and it not play out, right? It still has to have follow through. So even this case, right? You had the people be like, oh, double top. It never broke the neckline, right? So even though, yes, we did see a double top, it never broke the neckline. So vice versa, same rules apply. Just because we see this, bullish consolidation over this level, this 693.65, we still need to see, we got the breakout retest, but we need continuation. If not, they're going to range bound us. And then that's where you don't want to be, right? You don't want to be in this range. You want to either take the breakdown retest back to support, or you want to take the breakout retest back up to 695-ish. But I guess we're going to have to see. Remember, zoom out. Always zoom out. 15, still looking green. Got 12 minutes in that, and 12 minutes left in the 30. So like I said, you want to see this 30 close over 693.65. If it does not, I'm probably not gonna add any longs or anything like that, right? But hey, as long as it's going up, just let it go, right? Let it fly. We're already at high day, so you don't want to take any positions at high day. You want to wait for reactions at high day. Let me check the comments. Oh, and y'all can always, if I'm live or something, you can always go in the comments and ask me, specific questions and stuff. Will this live be saved on your channel so you can watch it? Yes. So I'm gonna save all my lives in a in like a little playlist. So you can always go check them. Like I said, I'm on vacation right now, so my camera's not on. You can't really see me, but I'm definitely gonna be more interactive. Here comes. Yeah, look at that, beautiful. But yeah, if we start reclaiming this VIX, I actually set an alert here on VIX 18.5. We start to reclaim that 18.5 on VIX, push back up, because mind you, this is the whole day on VIX, but it's starting to recover a little bit. So like I said, we're going into resistance too. So if we do get this last push, let's say they push us one last time, sweep, right? We can definitely come down, but that's going to be for later on, right? We're not here to predict. Go trader, yes sir, my guys. Yeah, man, that's what I do it for, man. Just trying to help everybody. There's too much money out there for not all of us to make some, And then another rule of thumb as well. So let's say you're wondering, like, damn, how long is it gonna go up? How's it gonna go? Right? All you need to do for real is draw yourself a nice little channel. Right? Draw yourself a nice little channel, and then once we break it, then you can trim, right? So let's say you were in calls here, right? You would just hold them. You would hold it as long as your channel is holding until we break, right? Then here, cool, we probably get out. And then if it continues to go, like I said, hey, it is what it is, right? You never lost money taking profit. So, if you miss out on extra, it is what it is. The market's kind of weird right now with all these squeezes, but that's just a little rule of thumb. And then vice versa for, let's say you were in puts, right? And let's say these are all red, and you were like, okay, when do I get on my puts? Once your channel breaks, just go ahead and flip, So same rules apply here. And this is why here I'm definitely trimming more. I have 3 runners left from my 694s. But we're at the money, so they keep going in and out the money, in and out the money. So it's not too crazy. It's a smaller position, but if we can get one more little spike into the 694, I'll probably take 2 more off and then just go ahead and leave one for that 695, because that's what it seems like they want us to go to. Can't be mad at that. Remember, 30-minute, and this is just my overall 30-minute chart. All right, you see how we've been in this more aggressive from here. Let me make it a little bigger. All right, from here to here, it's a little channel. We dipped below, recovered, bought the bottom, and now we're approaching the very, very top of the channel. So this is why another reason why I'm like, hey, be very careful going too crazy. Like I personally, I don't know if I'm gonna be swinging any calls. I want to, but I'm not. Yeah, this is just crazy, right? 10 days up. This hasn't happened since 2021. So yeah, we said if we push 696, yeah, if we break over here to if we do break this trend line, we continue back up, and I'll go over this again once we how we close because it's still fairly early. We still got some time, so they could do it today. You know what I'm saying? They could push us right over. We close somewhere up here in this zone, but yeah, if we get back over here, man, yeah, I'm definitely aiming for this high day breakout, retest, consolidation, continuation. Right? That's all you want to see. That's all you're doing. You're either waiting for breakout or breakdowns. See, look, even here overnight broke out, held above that initial break, pushed. You got a little break, a retest here, pushed again, retest here, pushed again. So we're on our damn near our third leg of pushing up. So that's why I'm like, hey, just be careful about trying to long this now, right? If you didn't catch the entry here, on the in the Discord, yeah, if you didn't catch this move here, then like I said, it is what it is. There's always gonna be more trades, and it's my fault because I couldn't get my shit to work. My live for some reason my channel was geeking. I couldn't get my microphone to work. But yeah, if you didn't catch this part here, it's cool, right? You'd rather wait for this to come back down anyway, give you a higher low, some sort of higher low over this original breakout. So this is where you would be your next entries, right? And if it does just go, then hey, it's just gonna go. So yeah, you would prefer an entry down here at this 693. Not will it happen? Obviously, I don't know. No one knows. I don't know. But yeah, so we're gonna watch this right here. We have 8 minutes left in the 30-minute candle. So yeah, remember what I said, 693.65. You need this close above, and then you need follow through above 694. If you do not get it, do not go long, because what could happen, because we're so high up, you get this push down here. End of day, we probably reclaim, and then you get this head and shoulders inside of the resistance, and then that would be beautiful, ideal for some shorts back in tomorrow, or something like that. But you need to be able to know all the possible patterns, right? You don't need to just know, oh, bullish. I know the bullish scenario. No, you need to know the bearish scenario as well, right? Because we don't know. We don't know what can happen. Trump or Iran, anything can happen to be that catalyst that gives us the move. So we don't know if it could be quick, it could be slow, but you need to know every possible pathway that the market could go. Because if it doesn't, if you don't, then let's say you only have bullish scenario. Let's say my brain is like, okay, I'm only gonna buy calls right here. What happens if you get in automatically and then we start to sink, and then we sink, and then we sink, and then we sink, right? You're just gonna sit there and then be like, damn, I thought it was gonna go up, right? It's just not the case. So we got the breakout, retest, no continuation. So what do? You do not buy those calls, right? If we broke out of the channel, what do? You do not buy those calls. You wait for it to come back down into a larger area of support. Look, and we lost the trend line. Lost the trend line. So yeah, runners are cut. I'm gonna leave one, obviously, of course, just because you got to. You got to. It's that type of market. But yeah, it won't. As long as you don't go red, right? Never go green or red. But yeah, yeah, that was nice. Yeah. So see, same trend line, and then we fall back down into here. Blah blah blah. All right. If this doesn't hold, we already know. Head or left, right. Boom, we come back in, get some sort of bounce. If the bounce does not reclaim, we fell below. You get a head and shoulders, you come down, boom, you get something like this, right? And mind you, like I said, the market's still, we got plenty of time before the market closes. So be careful. This remember what I said too. Yeah, see how we're right back at it. Now this is the perfect place for if they want us to go up, they'll show us here, right? If they want to go up, it'll go up from here. If not, then you'll have to wait for more, right? You have to wait for more downside. But if it's gonna go up, And I'll zoom in for, just for live effects, but don't trade just because of the one. But I'm just doing this so I could show y'all, like, I'm just showing y'all a more in-depth detail. How do you find your entry when your level is broken and there's no retest, just continuation? There's always gonna be some sort of retest at some point, right? So it's not just gonna go up straight forever. Even, yeah, see, look, we always gonna get it eventually, right? Flag, breakout, retest, flag, boom, continuation, right? Look at the day before. See? Breakout, retest, continuation. Breakout, retest, continuation. This one's a double retest. This one was actually nicer. And they obviously look way more cleaner on the higher time frames. I'm just showing you for, just for quick effects because we're live. But yeah, see, breakout, retest, continuation. Even in this situation right here, right? You could try to take some puts here, but then as long as it's not breaking that level, there's no reason. So same rules apply. If you want us to go long from here, then it's gonna give us some sort of, right? We got the original breakout, retest. This is gonna continue. We're gonna reclaim that trend line and then get that push, right? So there's always gonna be signs for your entry, right? And now whether they give us a easy entry, now that's a little harder, right? Sometimes it does give us an instant V bottom, right? Or it'll give us a instant V top where we don't get a retest, but that's fine as well because, like I said, all we do is look left. We already have our levels, right? We already know we lose this, it's over. This is just a peak above and failure. If this is not recover on the next 5-15 minutes and start to push back up, then this is going to be a failure. And then what do we look for? Left shoulder, head, come back down to the neckline. Minimum, right? Minimum come back down to this neckline. So if you wanted to take puts, what would you wait for? Wait for a 5-minute or 15-minute candle close, 5-15 minute. If you're scalping, it's going to be a lot quicker, right? You're not going to have that much time. But yeah, you start to push below. See, look, and we've got bearish engulfing coming back down. Yeah, once we clear this, it's wraps. But all you're doing is waiting, right? And this is where patience comes in handy. This is why I'm always telling y'all, hey, just be patient, right? There's no need to rush to play because even if you miss this whole 100% move, it's fine, right? If the market wants to give it to you, then you'll get what? Breakout, retest, maybe a little double bottom to confirm or something like that, and then you get continuation. Or you get something even more simple, right? You get something like a breakout, retest, and then just consolidation over for, a little while, and then you break out, right? So all you got to do is just watch for each possible scenario, right? You have your downside, you have your upside, and this way, this avoids avoid drawdown and stuff like that. So because that drawdown is a motherfucker. People get in too fast and then they gotta wait. Like if you got in calls right here, mind you, there was no follow through, there was no candle close above. If you got in here, now you gotta wait through drawdown. And even if they send us back up, right? If you're in options, you could be, if you're too far out, you still might not make money. So you always want to make sure your entries are the best. So this could be a little mini inverse head and shoulder here, right? But you need to see that recover in these zones. So you would need to see these within the next 15 minutes or so. You would need to see it recover back above. Where's that close? 694, right? I don't suggest going long at all until 694 is reclaimed. So if that happens, and then see here, look, like I said, if this wants to go, what are they gonna give you? They're gonna give you the breakout, give you some sort of give you some sort of something, higher low, lower high, and then you'll start to see, right? But if not, we're below the trend line, we're at resistance, right? You want to zoom out, look left. Where did I say we were? Huge brick wall up here, right? Let's zoom out a little bit. Yeah, see that? Look, we already got a 50-cent drop from there. Look, every single one of these candles wicked, smack, smacked every single time we came up here. Smack. So that's not for us to try to fight that, right? So this is why I said you don't long into it. You wait for it to close inside, retest, hold, then you can target upside. Until that happens, you can't go long at, at resistance. So this is what I meant by saying do not go long, right? Plus, we already saw that VIX was starting to curl as well, right? See? We already saw VIX was about to curl. And what do we say? VIX recovers this. starts to push back up into that gap, then tomorrow we probably, or even today, right, we might get a little pullback, but most likely tomorrow. Let's do it again. All right, give yourself a channel. Now you got another channel. You had a more aggressive channel here. Now you got another channel here. Only way you go short, break below, continue down. Put the little trend line back. Bang. There you go. Above calls, below no calls. I'm not going to say below puts just because, you know, we still have a bunch of bullish consolidation. So it still can, you know, like I said, bullshit up into here. But just no calls yet, right? No calls yet till you break this. And then look, and the thing is, if you do break it, you'll have multiple reasons for going long, right? Not only will you have a little bull flag break, right? Have a little bull flag breakout. Boom, you got your bull flag breakout. And you'll have the channel breakout, right? The trend line break. Reclaim. Boom. Let that motherfucker fly. Hopefully they give us 695 today. That would just be ideal. But let's look at the weekly. Y'all seen the weekly? Oh my god. Look what's the highest weekly close. 694.10. Look where we tapped. Right? And this is why you need to have those levels as well. So if they give us a close over that today, then we probably push into the week. All right. Let's see the daily highest close. Highest daily close. Right here, I believe. 695.50 is the highest daily close on the charts. So we crack 695.50. What we probably gonna do? We probably gonna go to all-time highs. This is crazy, bro. Look at this. Oh my god. And we were in calls since here. All right. Just buying calls, buying calls, buying calls. No puts, buying calls, buying calls. Look, where's my one chart at? Hold on, let me show you the. Ooh, turn that off. Ah, this one right here. So look. Hold on. So look, this is another reason why I was telling everybody to go long continuously. All right, so what's this? This is March 23rd, right? So this is when I initially came up with the thesis that we were gonna bottom, right? Look, zoom out. This right here is the trend line for the tariffs, right? This is the tariff channel where we sold off from and had to reclaim, right? Zoom all the way out. You gotta break down, break out, recover, retest, right? And all this was the retest. So this is why I've been telling everybody, hey, for the past few weeks, just grab calls, just grab calls, calls. Look, you even go to my channel. Look, smacking shit. Hold on, where's it at? Literally, I'm the only motherfucker who've been telling everybody this is going up. Look, even here, gave you the inverse head and shoulder target, 674. And look, what did I say? It's the 50% target, full target 690. You come on now, been doing this. We do not lose. We do not lose. I do this shit, man. Look, calls. 673 Appleton calls. This is going up. Who else you know do this? Come on now. Pre-market, market opens. You cannot beat this with a stick. I even draw out look, every single pathway we possibly could go. All right, I'm giving every single call out. No losses, just pure wins. Winning in vacation, that's all you need to worry about. Win so you can go on vacation. So yeah, same rules apply. We're still gonna be watching the same thing. So, but what I prefer though, tomorrow, I actually prefer if they come back down and give us a test of this, like in this zone, right? This little box. All right, this would be my favorite spot for to either catch the longs and then we go higher, or catch a nice put, come back down, retest 680, test our breakout, right? Because we haven't had a higher time frame test of the breakout yet, right? It's only been short term, right? We had this one, but this wasn't necessarily a breakout because we still had this channel here, all right? So we got a gap here, we got this gap here, all right? Not to say this one, shit, I don't know about that one. that one might not get filled for a while. I don't know, but yeah, we want to see. Hopefully tomorrow, man, they give us some sort of test down here, and I'll go over this again in in the YouTube video. Once we start getting closer to close and stuff like that. Later on, I'll have it uploaded probably about 5 p.m. or so. Yeah, but this is the one right here. This is the one. Close. Bang. Yeah, and I did peep this wick too. I did peep this little phantom print this morning. That shit came all the way down 6.7. 6.7. I just bit right off the highway. Yeah. So hopefully we do get a pullback, because I want to go on the first pullback, on the first test. Remember, the first test is always going to be your best test. So on the first test of a major pullback or the major breakdown or the first test is always going to be the best one. Obviously, multiple times it starts testing it, it might get a little weaker and weaker each time, but the first test is always going to be amazing. So hopefully they give us, maybe they sweep this high real quick, come down here maybe tomorrow or something. Give us something. I don't know. Sweep it, do something, but just give us another entry, because this shit right here, this shit has been expert mode. Like, this shit is crazy. And then even here, like when I called the dump on Friday, all right? We had the Friday dump. I already called that. And I had the targets drawn out to the exact bottom, right? I had the breakdown, retest, had the target and everything. But unfortunately, it happened in pre-market, so I couldn't, we couldn't close our options, unfortunately. But, so you had the head, shoulder, boom, all that breakdown happened overnight. But, you zoom out again. Bang. What did it create? Inverse head and shoulder. All right? Over the neckline. So then we got that yesterday, or that previous overnight high, breakout retest, same thing, breakout retest, and we just been breaking out retesting all day. But now, see, look, now I don't know. Hold on, let me see how much these puts are real quick. Hold on. Let's see if we can snag something real quick. No, wait. Don't go. All right, let me see how much these puts are. All right, yeah. So we'll watch this right here. We'll watch this channel. See? All you need, a little channel. So you hold your calls while it's in the channel. Once you lose, that's when you can trim and start to look for possible reversals. Obviously, you can't call them because we can get bull traps or bear traps, right? And we know what that is. We know when it does like this, right? Let's say we're in an uptrend. Bear trap is when it comes and sweeps one of the recent lows, but doesn't quite confirm, and then it comes back up, squeezes, takes out the high, right? We've seen this happen multiple days in a row. So same thing happens on the downside, right? If you're in a bearish trend, right, an actual bear trend, it'll come up, try to sweep one of the swing highs, get everybody hoping that it's gonna go, and then it's gonna smack right back down to low. So same thing applies. You got to watch for bear traps, bull traps, and it's just best to know how they work, best to know how they operate. And you want to do that using Confluence, right? You want to zoom out, look at your higher time frame. All right, where are we at on the higher time frame? We're at resistance. So what's more likely? If we're at resistance, it's more likely to give us a bull trap, right? Trap everybody in, then they short it. Yeah. See, look at that. Damn, to the penny. To the penny. Look at that. Look at that trend line. Came, hit target, immediately sold off. But because it's not immediately going down, right? You want this thing to come down, right? Going into support, you want to grab puts, aim for that target right below. But if it doesn't, like I said, it's not for us to try to decide that. We're just playing the price action. So if it doesn't, then you keep that low, right? You keep that low from that previous candle. If it never clears it, even if we get a closed red and it starts to bullshit. Damn, I hate these markers, bro. They're so ass. Yeah, even if we do start to just bullshit above here, As long as it don't clear, none of that matters, right? None of that matters because all it's doing is possibly giving you that, what did I say? Trap. Up, up, sweep, take out highs, all right? So if that's what this is, then it's going to go up. See, look, even here, perfect example. Literally right here, we got one right here. Look, hold on. Look, we went up. What the fuck? There you go. Bro, is this shit not letting me draw? Bro, what the fuck? Up, and then swept, right? Swept the swing low, squeezed to new high. That's how the market works. That's how the market rotates. So if you know this kind of stuff, right, you're keeping up with it, you literally cannot lose. Only time I lose is when I'm impatient, right? And it's myself. It's my fault. Can't blame the market. Can't be like, oh, damn, the market makers. Obviously the catalyst can happen where, anything can happen. But it's your fault, right? It's your money. No one's forcing you to trade. No one's forcing you to do anything. And then look, this is that. What were we just talking about over here? Hold on. Oh, now it wants to let me draw. All right. What do we say? Anything that happens over this, we don't mind, right? You can go up, blah, 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 blah. But if it never reclaims, remember, this is on. What I say, if it never reclaims, then what's going to happen? You're going to get some sort of right shoulder, head, left shoulder. You probably fail, and you come back down, right? But as long as this holds on the higher time frames, 5, 15, 20, 30, you need the higher time frame confirmation, right? As long as it holds, then this is just going to be your double bottom, and you're going to push up. So the only way that you know for sure is by being patient, right? You put everything together. You say, all right, cool. What's my first inclination? My first inclination, damn, we're up here at resistance. Do I want to go long? Probably not. So what am I going to look for? I'm going to look for possible short opportunities. We get down to support like we did here. What do? We look for buying opportunities. And how do we know it's going to be a buy? Because we're in a bull trend, going high, and then we sweep low, take out the highs, right? Same thing applies. And when it's over, when it stops continuing, it stops getting continuation, right? No higher candle closes, this and this. So what do you want to do? Trade it while it's in the channel, right? If you're going to be short in here, you can. Like I said, if you did magically catch the absolute top, you can, right? But until it breaks this channel, you probably don't want to do that. So what you want to do, you would want to see more of aggressive selling like this right here, right? You want to see this. You want to see that aggressive selling. So now for shorts, you want to see it in here. You want to see it maybe attempt to either slice through or maybe an attempt one more time and then roll through. But for the most part, if you want to be in shorts, you just the same channel, the same algorithm that brought it down over here, it'll do it again over here, right? That's all you're looking for. It's the same algorithms. It's the same algos in the buys. It's the same algos in the sells. It's all the same, right? All this is the exact same. So all you're doing is just watching for either side and playing that side. Oh, hold on. All right, yeah. I like this. I really want to see it come back down in here, though. If not, like I said, we already know what this is. We know what this is. Bang. Bull flag. Ooh. See? Can't go short inside of this, right? You can only go short if the stronger algorithms hold, right? So if it doesn't break and we start to lose it, that's when you start to look for it, right? You don't want to go short at the bottom. It makes zero sense, all right? Why would you go short at the bottom? Remember what I said? You can't go short until you get candle close and follow through. Candle close, you got 44 seconds. This candle needs to close underneath this, underneath these candles. If not, then they could one candle trick everybody and then right back up here. Only way you short, this candle closes below, it holds, you get a retest. The retest fails. Retest fails means it not go higher than this. Then it starts wherever this candle closed, you start to lose that. And then you can catch a move to the downside. Let's see. I'm actually waiting for it right now. I want to grab some 692 puts. Ouch. There it is. So we got the candle closed, right? We got the candle closed. All you need now, follow through. Either follow through or what? Reclaim, right? Follow through or reclaim it. And then hopefully, if we do get this, then hopefully we get a end of day pump, right? And then hopefully they give us a little breakout. Because remember, you need these kind of things on the higher time frames, right? You need this on the higher time frame. Breakout. This hourly would just be an hourly retest, right? And this is why I say avoid all of the too small time frames, unless you're scalping. Like I said, it's easier when you're scalping because you can just be in and out, right? Or if you're playing level to level, you can just take in and out. But when you look to hold trades longer and do all that extra stuff, you definitely want to make sure you're zooming out. All right, let's see. See, you got the close. Now you want to see continuation. Is it going to take out this wick or is it going to bounce? All right, we're up 16%, or we're going to take some of those off. Because you got to remember, we're bullish as hell. So if you do take shorts, you have to trim them. You have to. Anything's possible, of course. We can get a, one candle back us down here. But you see what happened last time. You got the two candles for 10 minutes. You got a little 40%. Gone. All right? You got one candle here. Gone. You got a candle here. Gone. Candle here. Gone. Candle here. Gone. So, right. And we are starting to taper, too. So that's another thing you got to watch out for. So we went from super strong buying, right? We went from, we went from super strong buying to, moderate buying. And now we're in selling. We were in moderate selling. Now we're in a little stronger selling. So all you're doing is playing the algorithms. You're just playing whichever channel we're in, right? Only one channel can win. All right, now I'm going to take profit on these. 20%, 21%. I'll drop these in the chat for y'all so y'all can see how we just smacked that. Yeah, my whole camera roll is just profit. Screenshot. Bang. There we go. See? Catching it on the live. See? Look, what did I say? And like I said, these are going to be recorded, so you can go back and rewatch this live. What did I say? Possible left, possible right. We break this. We come down. We get a possible neckline. If they do want us to test it one more time, or they can just slice it. We don't know. But it's not for us to guess, right? We're just taking profit. Oh, 35%. Come on. 35 bean skis. There we go. That's gorgeous. See? 35%. Trim, leave runners. Like I said, you don't want to hold too heavy in shorts. Just because, anything's possible with these candles. But, majority of your position should be straight. And then especially because look at that. Come on now. Look at that. One candle. Smacked. All right. So now, like I said, you got to watch these lows, right? You got to watch this in here. This is where we could get the breakout, retest, you know what I'm saying, continuation. So remember, this is just a shorter time frame. So of course, 5 minute, 15, whatever, it looks like it's super bearish, this and this. But you gotta make sure you're zooming out. That's how you get your take profit levels, right? So right in here. Now you need this to hold. 40%, 45%. Oh, yeah. Oh, there we go. 97%. 90. Oh, there we go. 125%. Oh my gosh. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. And I'm out. I don't like that wick. I'm out. See, look, and then what did we just do? What did we just do? What did I say we're gonna do? We swept. We swept it. And now we're out. Gorgeous. Now if they want to continue, we get the breakdown, retest, continuation lower. Right? But if not, then this is just gonna be another channel. Right? That's all it's gonna be, is another channel. And it's gonna recover, and then it's gonna short squeeze right back up to the upside. So yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it there. Hold on, let me drop this profit in the chat so I can tell everybody we just banked again. Yeah, so we're gonna call it. We're gonna call it there, and yeah, I'll probably go live again at some point later in the week. But yeah, you know the rules: breakdown, retest, continuation. We need that support, right? Look at that. Look at that. What do we? What? Come on now. What do we say? There we go. Caught the perfect top entry, top snipe. Damn, these are printing. Oh, they're gonna be 140%. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Oh wow. Damn. 300%. These are now 300%. We got on at 0.21. They're at 0.76. Last runner. I'm gonna close it here, but I'm mad because it's probably gonna come. They're probably gonna go in the money. I'm sick as hell. Yeah. If this does sweep, and then we do get that, then you'll watch for this inverse head and shoulder recovery. All right. 260% gain. Yeah, that's gorgeous. All right, yeah. So that's it. That's it. I came over here to give y'all a banger, and that's what I just did. So yeah, if they do want to come back up, like I said, if they do want to let this be a, that sweep I was talking about, then do it. But then look, see, look, what did I say? We want to see you got the strong buying, medium buying, weak selling, aggressive selling, and now you got this super aggressive selling. All right, more so right here. Yeah, that's some aggressive selling. But yeah, let it run. Let it do your thing. If you got puts up here, you're golden. You are golden. So, yeah, if y'all caught that, you know what I'm saying, go ahead and drop a like. Go ahead and drop some shit in the chat. Uh, yeah, and I'll let this play out. I'll let the candle close before I go. 6 minutes left. So I'll let it close before I turn it off. But y'all know the vibes. And it's 1:32, so we only got an hour and a half to market. So hopefully they just smash that shit in the closing. That would be gorgeous. They just smack the shit out of it. And then look, what did I say earlier? What are we gonna check? The VIX. Look at the VIX. Look at the VIX. And we called the VIX pop too? Come on, man. Yeah, so now all the short contracts will start to gain more money, right? VIX goes up, your put contracts they get more expensive. So even if they're barely moving, if VIX is flying, your puts are gonna go up, and vice versa. Contracts in general are just gonna go up, not just your puts. But yeah, that's gorgeous. gave the trend line, right? Took puts off the trend line the first time. Attempt it, right? We did not reclaim. So what did I say? Do not go long. Do not go long. Finally, these motherfuckers starting to do something. Oh my god. All right, yeah, I'm out. I'm out my very last put. Damn, these bitches almost in the money now. All right, 5 minutes left. This is the last 5 minute candle for the 30. If it does close back up in here, which if you want to see, you want to this would be your retest, right? If it comes back up in here, break down, retest, or any kind of consolidation, roll back down, next level, right? Or just continue straight down. That'd be easier. But we prefer come up, break down, retest, roll. Or if this is the sweep that I was talking about, then they're gonna come up, close it, and they're gonna hold, and then they're gonna push us right back end of day. All right, so those are your two options. It's either gonna break down and retest, roll back over 691.50, or reclaim 692. I mean 693. Reclaim 693. We probably go back up high today, right? And if we do that, then like I said, this is just a sweep. And how do we know it's a sweep? Because we bull sweep and reclaim, right? And then what do? We take out the high. So whether that happens today, obviously we only got 90 minutes left in the day. Bottom snipe. Oh my god. Yeah. That's about it. Like I said, I let the 5 minutes close. Yeah. Now if they go back up to 694, I'll be pissed as hell. That'd be crazy. But yeah, let it do its thing. And then we'll come back tomorrow. Smacked. Look at that. See? Gorgeous. So you got the breakout retest. I mean breakdown retest. Or breakout hold back up to highs. Ooh wee. Talk about a sniper exit. Yeah, this is only two things that it can do. All right. Aim for here. That's what the breakdown is. Then if you get that, then you probably get the inverse head and shoulder. All right. All right, 1 minute left. Yeah, that's crazy how accurate these levels are. See what people talking about. Yep, right in here as well. Right into VWAP. Gorgeous. This is the channel we've been in as well. Been in this channel for a long time. And this is why we were in calls, right? Initially, bullish as hell. See, look at that. Bear traps. Bear traps again. We're almost to the top. So, yeah, now we just got 1 hour left in the day. And yeah, you want, like I said, you want to see follow through under 692 or back above 693.65. So those are going to be your main levels: 692, 693.75, right? Right now. 692 or 693.6. Those are your levels. Above long, below short. In between, let it do its thing. Unless you want to scout back up to in between the range. But those are your levels. Take a screenshot so you don't forget it. Yeah, take a screenshot real quick, so I'm about to cut it off. Remember your levels. Remember what I told you. Patience, you'll win. And we'll see what happens tomorrow. And I'll make another video. Like I said, I'll make a video around... honestly, just whenever market closes. Whenever market closes, I'll see everything goes, and then I'll film it from there. But those are your levels. Those are the only levels that matter as of now as far as higher time frame. Obviously, anything in between this can happen. So anything in between here and here, this is your zone, right? Above, we get back above 692.80, right? The bottom of it, you reclaim, and this is a sweep. But until that happens, remember, you got to watch the candle close as well. So watch for the candle closes. Day's almost over. Don't get fucked. And yeah, see y'all boys whenever I see you.